Strawberry rhubarb conserve is actually one of my favorite conserves. It makes sense. It has the sweetness of the strawberries, the tartness of the rhubarb itself, and then it has nuts in it. So this is one of my all-time favorites to eat in my oatmeal particularly. I've already prepped my strawberries by washing them, then hulling them, and then dicing them up. I want them about a 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch squares. Then today, I'm actually using frozen rhubarb that I diced up before, but if I was gonna dice it up today, I would dice it up the same size. I'll place all my ingredients into a large pot. I wanna start with 8 cups of diced strawberries, 8 cups of diced rhubarb, 7 cups of sugar, and 1/2 teaspoon of butter. I'll then give it a good stir so that it gets nicely coated with the sugar, and I'll place it on the stove. I want to get it up to a boil, but I need to do it from a medium heat because I don't want this to scorch. It needs a little bit of time for the juices to start to come out, especially with that rhubarb being frozen the way it is. And of course, I'll need to stir regularly. Now that it's up to a boil, I'll reduce it to a simmer and simmer it until it's nice and thick. Now that it's nice and thick, I'll add 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts. Those walnuts, they're what makes it for me. I love them in there. Probably why I like the conserves. I really like nuts in my stuff. And now I'll fill my pint-sized jars up to 1/4 inch of headspace, which is the space from the top of the food to the top of the jar. Now I'll wipe the rim with a clean, damp cloth so that if any of the conserve got on that outside edge, it won't interfere with the seal. And I'll place my lids and rings on until they're fingertip tight. Then I'll place these in the boiling water for 15 minutes if at sea level. I'm at 1,200 feet, so it's gonna be 20. Now that it's come to a boil, I'll set the timer. Now that the timer's gone off, I'll remove the lid and turn off the heat and give it 5 minutes to cool down. I then remove the jars and place them on a heat-resistant surface about 1 to 2 inches apart so that they have a chance to cool really well. And I'll leave them there for about 24 hours so that they get a good seal. After that, I'll remove the ring and wash them with hot soapy water and then store them in a cool, dry, dark location and use them in the next 1 to 3 years. All right, for the taste test, I'm going to go for this little chunk of walnut because, of course, that's my favorite. No, it's so good. It's almost like this nutty, softer strawberry rhubarb jam. I mean, strawberry and rhubarb are just such a good combination anyways. Oh, this makes me want to have waffles. I think waffles would be really good with this too. Num.